like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Yeah, I need it now, told him on the lay. I've been moving, dog, yeah, I'm on the way. I don't hear the talk, don't care what they say. I don't got no patience, I can't ever wait. I've been trying to get it, running up all these digits. And I've been in the gym, I've been up doing minutes. I just put in that work, told them it's strictly business. And I see through the face, they all just burning bridges. Feel like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Yeah, they don't want it, dog, like I want it, dog. Yeah, they say they want it, then they took the summer off. I've been going down the list, checking numbers off. I was checking on your numbers, told them something's off. I was at the bottom, now you know I'm climbing. Now they sending deals, they know I ain't signing. They been trying to sell it, they know I ain't buying. When they send a text, dog, I ain't replying. Feel like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Yeah, head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test, now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in mine, yeah.
Okay, let it be known, I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a home, this ain't a phone. Grind never stopping, I'm keeping it cold. Unlocking the door with the holy key. You supposed to be this close to me, and hopefully you understand G.O.D. Maybe this cold and I'm talking like no degrees. This ain't a fluke, I seen it way before it ever happened. He gave me the view, I had to put in my time on the TV, it coming in soon. I couldn't leave it all up to a variant or an experience. You gotta get up and do what it do. So complicated, homie, it's you. Always gonna wait until you in the mood. I've been running, came out gunning, stopped the fronting on your word. It's what you hear, not what you heard. I'ma hang on every verb, I'ma show you what it's worth. Every day I'm on the earth till they put me in the dirt. I'ma get into it first.
Hey yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace. You gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed, cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience under pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision, I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, I ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really now I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, please be on the notice, these my motives. Bought my chicken and it's rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the rip and we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me. Got counterfeits trying to play me, I guess they thinking I'm Sony. These big head dummies showing up and out of their character. Homie, you need a price cause without it the squad ain't hearing you. Top of that, we ain't fearing it. We swinging for the fences with the sting of a left hook that connects with Sonny Liston. I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the start. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas, you gon' see the...
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. And Mafia, if you watched the live stream last night, you will know that we were looking for a potential another little drop down to a very specific key level that we may or may not be sitting at right now. As we get this little move down on Bitcoin, guys, what does this mean? Have we finally touched that key level? Can we finally get that big move to the upside? Or are we likely just to see another small retracement to put in a lower high and then continue back to lower prices? And if that were the case, how bad can it get? So we're going to be taking a look at that today, Mafia. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for hanging out with us here and doing a whole lot of TA on this crazy thing they call Bitcoin. I also want to take a look at some of the altcoins. I want to take a look at ICP. We'll take a look at Sheep for our boy Elite Ways, and then we'll take a look at Solana, and then maybe we'll take some requests. Don't forget, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get gives you guys some free chances to win some free crypto, and we will be calling those giveaway winners on tonight's stream. So smash that like button. If we get 550 likes on tonight's live stream, I will add, I don't know, 3 or 5 Frankie Candles hats to that giveaway. I'll let you guys pick what you want. But yeah, 550 likes is the like goal. I will bless the Mafia a little extra if we can hit that goal. And with all that being said, before we jump into it, let's go ahead and say what's up to the Mafia. I already see you guys popping off in the chat. You guys literally, like, before the live stream starts, guys, I literally just sit here and crack up. But shout out to S.A. Razor. What's going on? He said, I'll take a hat. Shout out to S.A. Razor. You'll be our official person that we root for. It doesn't actually help you out, but hey, it's better than not having people root for you. Shout out to S.A. Razor. We got K Diggity in the chat, one of our biggest GOAT fans. Shout out to you, bro. We got Hiba Habib. What is going on, bro? Hopefully I said that right. He said, "Can we short BTC now?" Shout out to Hiba. We will take a look at that. Yeah, we're gonna go right into that. It's gonna be like the first thing we talk about. Should you be looking for shorts, or should you be should you be looking for longs? Shout out to Anna Maria. Thank you for that super chat. Anna Maria said, had some problems, but I will be back. Shout out to Anna Maria. I don't know if you mean like I'll be back soon, as in like we'll see in like a couple weeks or a couple months or something, or if you got like computer problems, you'll be back in a minute. I don't know, but shout out to Anna Maria. We'll be here whenever you decide to come back, and we appreciate you for tuning in and dropping those super chats, especially. We got Dan Ludwig in the chat. What is going on, bro? Seth, Greg, we got Crypto Maxi, Elite Ways Easy, Tony D, Rob the Crypto Stop, Tyler Jordan, Chemistry Pro, Crypto Anon. I saw him pop in as well. You guys know who the mods are. Show them some love in the chat if you love them as much as we do, which is kind of hard. But go ahead and drop some love for them in the chat, guys. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts and see if we could break this thing down and figure out where it's going to go once again. Let's get into it. So here we are, guys. And let's first off, somebody said Golden, or somebody dropped the golden emojis. Golden here. Shout out to Golden. Where's Dave Digital? AZTV, what is going on? We need Dave and Golden in here before we start the show, guys. So let's just wait a second. I'm just kidding. Let's go ahead and jump on in here, guys. Now, as you guys know, yesterday on the live stream, we were looking at price as we were getting this little bounce. We bounced here. As we were coming down here, guys, or 2 days ago, we were getting a little bit of a bounce off of this golden pocket, and we did actually take a scalp long on this in the Discord. However, we were saying this could be a potential lackluster bounce based off the way that money flow looked. As you guys know, we have the 16-hour money flow coming into the red here, looking across, or it is crossed over in the red here, indicating that the downtrend would continue. Now, there are many reasons why we expected not only this last little move to the downside right here, but also why we anticipated this move down to the POC and then all the way back down to the value area low. It was very, very clear based off the volume profile. And shout out to Habib. He was asking, is it time to short Bitcoin? And in my own personal opinion, the time to short Bitcoin was simply up here at the value area high. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't start looking for shorts, but typically, guys, as we got this little extra move down to that value area low, is this the place to get overly bearish? Not in my opinion. I really don't think this is where we want to get overly bearish, as we have come down to tap that value area low, and we also have some key levels below that if we do get one extra little move down, which is possible, I'm going to show you guys exactly why in a second, but if we do get that move down, this is typically where we like to look for longs. And this is for a very, very simple reason, and that's because we typically use the volume profiles to trade, and when you come down to that value area low and you deviate below the range with bullish confirmations, that's where we look for longs to ride price back up to the POC, flip that POC to support, and look for the value area high to come in. And then the value area high is typically where we look for shorts. This was a setup in the premium Discord to go short from this SFP from above that volume profile. And then at that point, the volume profile gives you an extremely clear view on where price is likely to go next. And very simply put, you get back into the range, you look for price to go to the POC, and then once you get below that POC and can't get back above, this is where we look for price to go down to the value area low. And shout out to anybody who's tuned into any of the live streams as we were coming up to this value, because this is exactly what we were looking for to happen, and it is now played out completely. And it's so beautiful to see the technical analysis play out so poetically like this. So what does this mean now for price? Well, obviously, we're at the value area low, not getting overly bearish. Now, just because I'm not getting overly bearish at support does not mean that we can't continue lower in the medium to long term. But immediately, as we approach support here, and we're going to take a look at Market Cipher B in just a second, as we approach support here, we would technically be anticipating long positions or looking for long entries, or at least looking for some kind of a bounce. Now, here's my overall sentiment, guys. We're at support. We're at the bottom of the macro range, right? And I'm going to talk about the two key levels I'm looking at closer to down here that could potentially hold us back from getting a very quick move to the downside, bringing us back into the 50,000s. But I'm going to cover that in a minute. But locally, I just want to talk about somewhat of the shorter time frames. Yo, shout out to R. Schwartz. What is going on, bro? He says, ah! That's a goat sound, if anybody didn't know. Is it my internet, Frankie? Are we lagging again? What happened to my internet? It has never been this bad, but apparently we have been lagging pretty bad recently. I don't know why that's happening. But either way, guys, as we come down to this level, right, in the long term, what I use to anticipate, a lot of people ask me, Frankie, how do you anticipate I understand the volume profiles. We deviate from the high, we look for shorts. We deviate from the low, we look for longs. We deviate from the high, we look for shorts, we look for longs, right? And this is how we trade the volume profiles. But how do we know price? Obviously, price is not going to range around forever, which kind of does feel like it's going to, but obviously this range will not last forever. And are we, what is a possible way that you can anticipate whether this is going to break out to the upside or break down to lower prices? And one thing that I do like to look at for that, guys, is the higher time frame money flow. And as we know, obviously the 16-hour here is now in the red, making us anticipate a lower price, right? Money flow indicates the longer-term trend. I always explain this, but I will do it time and time again to help the CandleMafia understand, especially if we have new people in the stream. The money flow indicates the longer-term trend. When that money flow crosses over into the red, especially on time frames like the 16-hour, we are also coming deeper into the red on the daily. The 2-day money flow looks like it wants to cross over as well. And when we see this happen, the money flow indicates the longer-term trend. And this, in order to continue a trend, guys, we have to have retracements. So my point in saying this is money flow could potentially be pointing towards a continued downtrend, but that doesn't mean that we are just going to insta-dump from where we are right now. That is not how price moves, but we could. That's why I say on the lower time frames, we could potentially look for a little bit of a bounce, especially if we can get below this value area, find those bullish confirmations. We could look for that bounce, but as long as that money flow is still coming out, it is going to be more likely that we come up for a lackluster bounce to put in a lower high and continue to the downside, breaking structured to lower prices once again. And if you guys have watched the live stream, at any point in the past month or two, you will know that this is exactly what we were looking at to anticipate price to continue down to the bottom of this volume profile. It's not just the fact that when you reject the high, the next likely place for price to go is to go to the POC and fill the entire range to the opposite end. But when you have money flow coming out, this is really one of the things that made me anticipate that this bounce yesterday or 2 days ago was going to be somewhat lackluster before yesterday, to put in a lower high and reject back down to our actual key level of the value area low. It is not very often that when you get a move through a range here that you're going to front run the value area low by a few $100, right? It's not very common. More often than not, you do wind up going and touching that value area high, even if it's messy, right? Try to find an example here. I mean, typically you hit it pretty cleanly, but even if price action is messy, you do oftentimes actually hit the level. So between that and understanding that the laws of the volume profile are going to suck price to the other end of that range, we also knew that money flow was in the red, which would make us anticipate any bounces to the upside to be lackluster, to put that lower high in and break structure to the downside, targeting that value area low. And on top of that, I'll get into that in a second, but that's part of the reason why we were looking for that move to the downside. And where is that lower high likely to come in at? It is likely to come in at your golden pocket 786 retracement level, which I like to look at as the golden entry zone. So if you were looking for a short here, obviously we're already anticipating a potential lower high and lower prices. And where is that lower high likely to come in? Right on that golden pocket. What happened? You came into the golden pocket and dumped down right to our key level. And where are we bouncing off of? Right from our key level, right? We deviated below that value area just a tiny bit, and then we got a quick little move to the upside for a little scalp position or scalp long that we were looking at in the premium Discord. I'm going to hide this for now, but that's what we're looking at, guys. Now, the question is this where we get the big bounce? And, hey, shout out to Anna Maria. Shout out to you. Thank you for that super chat. Said smash that like right now. We're going for 550 likes on tonight's live stream, guys. Don't forget to smash up the like. But this is what we're looking at. I'm going to come back to chat in a second. Yeah, yo, shout out to Robert. Said, imagine how stupid you have to be to sell Bitcoin at 52K, knowing that it's going to go to 80K. We're actually about to get into those that price range in a minute here. I'm going to go over that TA and talk to you guys. If we get down to 51K, spoiler alert, if you watch the stream, I won't be selling my Bitcoin at 51 or 52K, but we will talk about why that is actually the case in just a minute when we get into the higher time frames. But real quick, I just want to cover this, guys. Can we go lower? Are we about to get the bounce off the value area low and go back up to the value area high? And I'll be honest, with money coming out here on most of those time frames, I would potentially anticipate some lower prices. Now, can we bounce locally? Come on, TradingView. You're killing me right now. Just work, TradingView. We are getting a green dot on the 4 hours, so this could potentially give us a continued bounce. Also, on the 15-minute, you guys can see here, this money flow could potentially cross into the green. Maybe in a few minutes here, in about 1 minute, and no, maybe not cross into the green in a minute. That fit in the next couple candles here, the next 15-minute candles here, could potentially see that money flow cross over into the green. If we do see that, I think we could get a little bit extra of a bounce in the short term. But for the most part, guys, this is like, I'm going to say this one more time because this is very important to remain on the right side of the market. When money flow is in the red, you're not looking for moonshots, right? You're not looking for a new all-time high yet. You're not looking for a massive, massive move, but you're just looking for a retracement for a lower high and a continuation down. And not only that, right? It's not just the money flow. It's not just the fact that if we pull up Lux Algo here, by the way, shout out to Lux Algo. They are a channel sponsor. We appreciate them for keeping us running over here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. But check the links in the description down below if you guys want to check out any of their premium indicators. But what I want to talk about here is when we had this change of character up here, this is another thing that we can look at, which is just basically market structure. Other than money flow being crossed over into the red, once we get that bearish change of character, this is where we are saying, hey, we could be switching to a bearish trend. Your candlesticks turn purple, and then that is where you are going to be looking for, or you're going to be better off looking for short positions, right? You're going to be looking for shorts at lower highs. And what happens ever since you change that character? You get a bounce, but what happens? You put in the lower high, continue to the downside, lackluster bounce, lower high, continue to the downside. And then yesterday, like I said, we walked through this the other day, got another bounce off the golden pocket, but it was lackluster bounce to put in the lower high and then continue to the downside. So when we see this happen, guys, this is really how you stay on the right side of the market, right? We're not looking for those moonshot longs just yet, but doesn't mean that we can't look for longs at all. Like I said, we did have a scalp long set up from down at the bottom of the value area here, but I do think there is a chance for us to continue a little bit lower here after a little bit of a bounce, unless this was the only bounce we were going to get. But even if we continue up, we could still potentially look for another move down for two very specific reasons. But before we get into those two reasons, guys, I need you to look behind you turn the screen off, look away from the screen or something. I'll hang on one second. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here. Shout out Crypto Max. He said, call everyone in your contacts. Tell them to open up the stream on YouTube and make sure they smash the like button. I need a new chair. Shout out to Crypto Maxi. Let's go. I really would give away the chair if it wasn't such a nightmare to ship. I mean, I guess we just ship someone in the CandleMafia a broken chair. But anyway, here are the two reasons why we could potentially continue to the downside. And number one, it has to do with High Block Capital letting us know. Well, let me go ahead and minimize this. Shout out to High Block Capital, and their new updated user interface is absolutely fire right now. I actually have to learn a little bit more about it. I have not used it very much yet. So bear with me here while I try to figure out what we're doing here. So let me go ahead and pull up a new heat map here for a second. And I want to take a look at the liquidity with you guys because there is a potential reason to be looking for a potential extra little move to the downside. And number one, this has to do with liquidity. We have this little hot spot of liquidity. Oh, man, yeah, they changed this user interface, and this is what we wanted. This is fire. We're able to just zoom in and drag around like we can on a regular chart. This is great. But right down here, we have a nice little hot spot of liquidity. If you do not know what we are looking at right now, this is simply a liquidation heat map that shows you areas where there are a high amount of traders that will get liquidated if this price gets hit. And you can see right here, we do indeed have a bunch of liquidations sitting here between, I would call it about 62.7 all the way down to about 62.3. That is basically the bulk of those liquidations. And you can see that $62,300 level brings us right down by this 786 Fibonacci level. And basically, the liquidity, guys, is sitting between the value area low and just under that 786 Fibonacci retracement level. And what does that mean? We know that liquidity likes to act as a magnet for price. And if we know we have some liquidity down here, price may just want to come sweep that liquidity real quick, or at least just take out that liquidity and come lower. But not only do we have the liquidity down there, but we also have the 786 Fibonacci retracement level sitting just below that zone. And on top of that, once you lose the golden pocket, it is more likely than not that you will eventually see that 786 come in. Just like this, right? You can see price came up into that golden pocket. We broke the golden pocket. We didn't quite tap the 786, but we did get very, very close. And oftentimes we do see something like that. And especially if we knew that we had a lot of liquidity in here, we would expect that liquidity to give us a little bit of a liquidation wick, potentially cracking into that 786 Fibonacci level. So, and why has that happened, right? Well, simply put, when we're looking at liquidations, in the case of the longs down here, these would be long liquidations, right? Meaning that when price comes down and hits other people who are long, right? People who are long from down here likely have their stop losses sitting below the lows, right? Even if you were long from, above the value area, a lot of those stop losses are probably within this zone. And we saw that by looking at the liquidation heat map. That's Exo charts. This liquidation heat map, you can see that liquidity is sitting down there below, and we know that liquidity acts as a magnet. So if we come down there and start stomping out those long positions, when you get stopped out of a long position, it creates a market sell, right? Which puts that extra sell order, those extra sell orders into the market, giving you those liquidation wicks. So again, not only is this zone potentially going to act as a magnet to suck price down, but also we lost the golden pocket. We would be expecting that 786 anyway. So there's multiple reasons to potentially look for that level to come in. It's not necessarily guaranteed, but we do oftentimes see that happen, right? And oftentimes, if I am going to look for a long, looking at a volume profile, I do like to see a nice little deviation. And one more thing I do want to show you guys before we move on is if we come on over here to the 45-minute pull-up market cipher, you could see here that the 45-minute may be setting up for a potential bullish divergence, because as we see the VWAP coming down here looking for a red dot, it may give us another little move to the downside, putting in a lower low on price, potentially into that 786. And then what's going to happen in that momentum wave? It's going to give us that higher low. And this, in my opinion, would be a much better thing to see, right? Because for the long that we looked at in the premium Discord earlier, this was based off low time frame bullish divergences, right? So it's beautiful for a nice little scalp long, but not necessarily something I would look to hold for a long time. I would much rather see like a 45-minute bullish divergence, something like this, with money flow coming up and some high time frame green dots. This would likely be a better scenario for me to look for a bigger bounce. But that brings me to the point of, if we don't get that setup as we kind of come down below this volume profile, simply put, if we come down here and do not get those bullish confirmations, guys, we need to find the key levels below, because we are getting very, 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 very close to the danger zone. Meaning, Frankie Candles, what is that danger zone? Very simply put, it is the low volume gap that we have sitting down below us. And my back is, oh my God, it's on fire. It's giving me a headache. My back is killing me, guys. I apologize. But we do have this somewhat low volume gap down below. Now, we do have a little spike here on the lows of the range. Let me turn off the value area high, value area low POC here. But you guys can see here, I'll even turn off the TA so it's a little easier to see. You can see we have a gigantic gap down below us, and this is not very good, especially if we wind up losing the key levels. And there is a line in the sand here that, if crossed, would make me anticipate a quick fill of this low volume gap, bringing us down to our next key level, sitting at $51,000 to $52,000. Now, I know this gets scary, guys. Nobody wants to see Bitcoin go down to $51,000 to $52,000. But here's the thing. This is not necessarily the most bearish thing in the world. I've been talking about this a lot recently. I don't understand why everybody, a lot of people are freaking out right now. Like, we are seeing such a bearish move on Bitcoin. But when you see that, guys, everyone's like, oh my God, this is a terrible dump. This is not necessarily a dump, right? We are simply not only ranging sideways here. This is like 2B range. This is like, I would not consider this a dump. I feel like people are more freaked out about this pullback than this pullback, which is super interesting. But I want you guys to zoom out, right? We have gotten a massive move in this market, and, getting this pullback is not only not scary, it's healthy, right? We need these pullbacks in the market to continue up. And again, even if we flush out and down to 51 to 52K, I'm not going to give too much sauce on that level, but I pretty much give most of it here, but I'm not going to talk about the trade setups or anything that we have down there. But, if we do get a move down there, we may just look to flush out some leverage, get a healthy correction before continuing to the upside. Anybody who is freaking out about this move, not that there is a problem with this, but anyone freaking out over this move very likely was just buying the top. I was talking to the premium Discord earlier today, talking about how my entry into Bitcoin is between $20,000 and $21,000. So for me to look at this chart and feel scared on this tiny little pullback is absolutely insane. I don't understand why everybody is so freaked out by this, because in my opinion, I'm potentially looking for a move down to 51 to 52K, and I'm still not scared, right? Now, it's not that there's no area, that we can break that won't make me nervous or anticipate much more, much lower prices, but we have to wait. If price breaks down below here and we get that move to 51 to 52K, this is where I reassess the situation and see if there are reasons to look for a new long position, or maybe buy the dip on spot here. And again, I do want to bring this up. We've looked at these levels probably 200 times in the past, but we also have another key level down here sitting between 44, and I would call it about $44,000 to $41,000. It's a naked value area, and we also have some nice golden pocket 786 retracement levels. I don't think it's this one. It's actually this one. We also have our 786 Fibonacci level sitting right on top of that structure here, giving us a little bit of extra support, right? So if we do pull back here, I would just be looking at this as a local pullback based off this Fibonacci retracement pulled from the local low all the way of this to the top of this entire move to the upside. So when I see price cone down for a golden pocket retracement like this, I'm not panic selling, right? I'm more looking at like, hey, we could put a higher low in here and continue back to the upside, right? So I'm not freaking out if we get that move, but the real question is, how do we know if we're going to hold these range lows and get a move to the upside, or if we're going to come down lower? Now, I will say this, most of the money flow is pointed lower, right? But that doesn't guarantee that we're going there. But what I am looking at to kind of determine whether I see that, whether I'm going to see that move to the downside is going to be this macro Fibonacci retracement level, right? And we looked at this in the market update that I uploaded earlier today. If you guys did not see that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and have that notification bell set so you don't miss any urgent market updates, which we actually haven't made in quite a while because there's no real urgency. To the downside that we saw today, this little pullback here was not really urgent either. But I'm sitting here looking at the charts, waiting for price to move. I get bored sometimes. I want to make a video, so I figured I'd make one today. But make sure you have the notification bell set so you don't miss those updates and you don't miss these key levels to potentially look for those little long positions. But in that video, guys, we looked at this golden pocket and 786 retracement, and this is the fib retracement of the entire move, or the entire last move to the upside. So, with that being said, we have this golden pocket which backs up our support zone here, which is nice to see, but the real key level, in my opinion, guys, is going to be this 786 Fibonacci retracement level, sitting at $59,760. And there's a few reasons that I'm looking at this level. Number one, it's the last retracement level, and typically, if we're looking for a bounce off Fibonacci levels, once you lose that 786, that's usually the invalidation, right? Once you can't get back and hold that 786, you're going to be looking at invalidate your idea of getting a bounce and will make you call for lower prices or make you anticipate lower prices, right? Now, on top of that, this is also very close to what? $60,000, right? So that is the psychological level that a lot of people are probably looking at saying, hey, if we lose 60K, right, especially people who were buying up here, and again, why do I know people were buying up here? Well, I mean, 99% of retail buys tops, right? So, very likely that a lot of people bought up here. I also know that there's a lot of people short from up here based off the liquidation heat map. And if we zoom out here and take a look at a different time frame, am I tripping? Is there not an option to change the time frame? I think I don't know what's going on here. So let me just actually let me go ahead and start a new heat map here. I really got to dig into this so I know what I'm doing on this new user interface. But all we need is the actual information. So if we take a look at a longer time frame heat map, you guys can see most of the liquidity. Actually, there's a ton of liquidity sitting down below, right? But we also have all the liquidity above these highs, right? So we have a lot of people short up here, but also there is a lot of retail that was buying up here, right? And the fact that everyone is freaking out saying this is a huge dump, the only way this would be really, really bad for you is if you bought above there, right? So this is what makes me think that a lot of people probably tried to get in on that breakout. But again, anyone who bought lower is not really freaked out by this tiny little correction. And it's okay. If you were one of those people that bought up here, it's totally fine. I don't want you to think that that's like a bad thing. You're like part of the 99%, right? Like this is what most people do. They get excited. They don't want to buy price until it's pumping. Nobody wants to buy it while it's dumping, even though that's what you should be doing. But with that being said, this is another reason why I do think we could potentially see a pretty healthy pullback, right? If a lot of people are scared right now and a lot of people were buying up here, chances are that that was a local top, right? And we could be looking for that healthy correction back to the downside. But this 786 retracement level between about $60,000 and about $59,765 is that line in the sand that if we do come down and cannot hold this, that is where I would probably start to anticipate that we are going to get that quick move down to 51 to 52K, which again would not have me feeling super, super bearish, but you could imagine how painful that would be for the new people that came in and were buying up in this range. Right? Chances are retail was buying in this range and the market makers are probably selling this range, right? So keep that in mind. Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He said, inhalers are nerd vapes. You already do my homework. Got any lunch money? Point Dexter is crazy, bro. He said, come on, you're from New York. You know how to pay for protection. Shout out to Creighton C. Hashtag, I don't know what inhalers are. Anyway, shout out to Creighton C. I knew Tony was going to lose it over that one. Shout out to Tony D. That is crazy. Wick said, oh, my God. Oh, my God. But calling him Point Dexter is crazy. Put those inhaler emojis in the chat, Mafia. Let's go. We need a Creighton C emoji, I think. Oh, God. I don't know what I would do without you guys. You guys are the best. But, as we look here, that is definitely going to be that line in the sand. We lose this. I think we will see that quick move through that low volume gap. The only last kind of level of protection that we have here, speaking of paying for protection, once you lose that 786, that gives you the invalidation for the bigger move down. We do have this little high volume node on this little cluster at the range low that we have here. We also have this little consolidation right here, which could potentially give us some support. But for the most part, once you break that 786, you're basically in that low volume gap. And, remember, quick moves up oftentimes result in quick moves down. So just remember that. And it's worth having these levels on your chart, because if you do start seeing price get that big move to the downside, oh my God, I'm so scared. Oh my God, I'm so scared. We're not thinking that, right? In the Mafia, we're sitting there, we're like, yep, come into the key level, and then we'll see if we could pull some triggers down here to make some money, right? And by the way, I am still holding my short from my Ethereum short, which is, if we're looking at Bitcoin, it's like was entered at the top of the value area. On Ethereum, I was entered right up here. This is the position. So I am still holding that short. So if we do wind up getting the bigger breakdown, my short will continue to pay me out, which would be really nice, right? So we'll have to see. But in order to even look for that bigger move down, guys, we have to break below this blue box, right? The 786 value area low, and this golden pocket, and this 786. So we do still have some support here, but it is definitely dancing with danger here. And we are definitely approaching extremely important levels that we must hold. But I'll be honest, guys, I don't really think it's that unlikely. I don't think it's that crazy to be looking like that. A lot of people will be like, how in the world? It's not guaranteed we go to 51, 52K, but a lot of people think, how in the world could you possibly be looking in the 50,000s? We're in a bull market. It's up only. And that is where I say, hey, I've been around the block a couple times here, and, in the last cycles, very, very common to have many pullbacks, right, during a bull run, right? This was bottom of the bear market in 2015 during the 2017 bull run. We had many, many significant pullbacks in that bull run, 40%, 36%, 33%, 39%, almost 40%, 40%, right? So you have multiple 30 to 40%, 20 to 40% corrections. And even in the last cycle, guys, on the way up, I will say there were less corrections in this cycle. But you can see even here, this is very similar to where we are in the market, in my opinion. But there you go. You got a 21% correction. Even right here, you had another measuring tool is not working, but that's another like 20% correction. Right here, you had another 30% correction. And then obviously in May of 2020, we had that massive May dump of 55% before coming up and putting in that higher high, or the actual all-time high of that run. And if we wind up seeing from the, we'll call it from this wick all the way down to 51 to 52K, is only about a 28% dump. So this is definitely not unheard of, right? This is not like, oh my God, we've never seen that before after the halving. And like a lot of people get super scared. But this is very, very, very normal, right? I would consider this normal and a healthy pullback, even if it goes to 51 to 52K. And again, remember, we have that $43,000 to $42,000 level just below that, which I don't think is off the table either. I'm not calling for these prices, but if we get the breakdown, it's not out of the question. And I want the Mafia to be prepared if they see that move down, to know that they shouldn't necessarily just be panicking for no reason, but you just know, like, hey, this is probably just a healthy pullback before a continuation up. Now, again, it doesn't mean that it's not bearish. It doesn't mean that if you bought up here, you're going to be massively down. But that's only if you bought the top, or even in the top of this range. But just to understand that it's not uncommon to see that in a bull market. A lot of people are like, is it over? Should I sell everything? I am not panic selling anything, at least yet, right? It doesn't mean that if we just really start nuking down here, that I wouldn't sell. But, typically I don't sell when price goes down, guys. We sell when price goes up. It's why most people lose money in the market, is because they do the opposite. They buy high and they sell low, right? So if you feel like you're in that position, don't feel bad about it, but learn from the feeling of being down from buying the top. I know it's so hard. It's so hard, so much easier said than done. Nobody wants to buy down here, right? Nobody wants to buy down here. All areas that we looked at on this live stream for long positions and dip buy areas, right? Nobody wants to buy here. They think you're going lower. But we simply see it as a deviation below the volume profile for long positions. Everyone wants to buy on the fake outs, right? The fake breakouts to the upside. Everyone wants to buy after the pump has happened, right? But this is not what we do. We short the highs and we long the lows. as long as we have the confirmations, right? If we come down below this value area, there's no confirmations, we sit on our hands and let the shorts pay us out. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys. Other than that, we'll have to see what the daily does for us over the weekend. Will we get that green dot on the daily? I still think our best shot of getting some significant move up here would be that green dot on the daily, which we've been talking about for a few days. We tried to come up to print the green dot, got rejected. Tried to do it again yesterday, got rejected. We need that money flow we need that VWAP to cross over into the over the zero line to give us that green dot, and I think that's our best chance of getting some kind of a bounce to come in here. But even if we get the bounce, as long as that money flow continues to the downside and stays in the red, we are going to make that look. We're going to look at that as lackluster pumps to the upside to put lower highs in and continue down the lower prices. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and continue on. Yeah, shout out to Anthony Fonseca. Said, lol, people not in crypto like to wait until everyone in the media is talking about it, and after they already seen it going up to want to get in. Yeah, shout out to Anthony. That is literally the truth, and I don't want anybody to feel bad about that, right? If that is you, just take it from someone who's been through 3 cycles. This is very common, right? Not only in crypto, but in stocks. Like, people typically try to buy high, and then they sell low, and they get scared. It's the same thing in the bear market. And this is like, I'll be honest, we should clip up some of my old live streams because a lot of people, right, our strategy to buy in the bear market, right, and we talked about this live on stream. Shout out to anybody who's been an OG of the Mafia since then. But our strategy here was wait for money flow to cross into the red, get the capitulation to come in, and then as your money flows in the red, this is where you want to buy, right? So you have the money flow crossover into the red here, you get the capitulation, and this is where you want to buy. Anytime weekly money flow was in the red, it was literally, in hindsight, buying the bear market, right? The bottom of the bear market. Even back here in 2018, come on over to the Bitstamp chart. Over here in 2018, money flow in the red, buying the bottom of the bear market. Even back here in 2015, money flow in the red, buying the bottom of the bear market, right? And then, same exact thing here. We waited for money flow to come into the red, get the capitulation, and this is where I was buying all my Bitcoin, right? Buying the bottom of the bear market. But nobody wants to buy here. This is all very scary, right? We have a big capitulation. Oh, my God. Oh, it's never going to stop. Oh, it's never going to stop. It's going to 10K. It's going to 10K. It's going to 10K. But the only thing I could see here, guys, was simply, once again, just looking at the charts, seeing that weekly bullish divergence, and we even looked for this as a potential bottom signal, weekly bull div being the mark of the bottom of that bear market. And instead of just pointlessly being bearish and not wanting to buy the bottom, this is literally like your opportunity. But I think it's really hard to learn how to buy bottoms and sell tops. And opposite, I think it's hard to learn that unless you physically mess it up yourself, right? I don't think if I had not, bought tops and sold bottoms before, I would not have had the cojones to buy the bottom here. But when we come into this bear market, I'm like, no. We're buying this bottom. I'm not scared. You're not getting me this time. I'm buying this bottom, and we're gonna watch it rip. And that is exactly what happened, right? So if you're new to the markets, if you're new to this channel, and you did buy up here, don't feel bad about it, but feel the pain and learn from it, right? And then the most important thing is change your behavior moving forward so you can start making money, right? So there you go. Let's go ahead and move on here. Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you for that super chat, bro. He says, in bull markets, it's the job of the market maker to shake people out. Bull bucks you off. Bears eat the stragglers and end the slow and greedy. Yes, guys. Pigs make money. Hogs get slaughtered. Remember that. Shout out to Creighton C. Dave Digital in the chat. What is going on, bro? Welcome in. Now we can go ahead and start the show. Shout out to you, brother. Let's go ahead and see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. You guys are funny. Okay. Street. Okay. Shout out to Dr. Crimson's girlfriend. Not sure what that was referring to, but I'm going to skip over that one. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Greg says, I still say I know how to make the price go up if you all would just listen. Shout out to Greg. But, guys, shout out to Captain Kirk. What is going on, Cap? Thank you for being here. But let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. That's what we're looking at on Bitcoin. That's the sauce. Those are the key levels. The line in the sand that I'm looking at to get the bigger move to the downside. And there you go. Shout out to Tony T for dropping that high block capital link. Shout out to Elite says, you got to love it here. Absolutely. Shout out to Elite Ways. But let's see. Bada boom. Okay, so let's go ahead and if you guys want to see your favorite altcoins, drop them in the chat. I think I'm going to do pre-selected altcoins here. But Rob, let's take like 2 requests. If we have time, we'll look at them because we do have to get to the giveaways. Speaking of the giveaways, guys, smash that like button. We have to get to 500 likes in order to look at the altcoins. So smash it up, get it to 500 likes, and then we'll take a look at the altcoins. But while you guys are doing all that, I'll go ahead and take a look at Ethereum. Bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to Al Jr. said, any opinion on CoinGlass? Is it worth it? CoinGlass is similar to High Block Capital. I don't know if it's similar, but I just say it's similar because they offer a liquidation heat map. I have not really used CoinGlass. High Block is typically what I use, so I don't really have a lot of experience with CoinGlass. But I have heard from other people that they don't like CoinGlass or they don't find it as accurate as High Block. But I'm not saying that from experience. I've only heard that, right? So take that for what it's worth. But here's the thing. CoinGlass is free, right? So it doesn't hurt to try it. But again, yeah, they said they found that the accuracy of the liquidation wasn't as good as the High Block charts. So, but CoinGlass you could try for free. If you don't find success with it, maybe you could check out High Block, or you can just jump right into High Block. Either way, we do have a discount for the Mafia if you guys want. And I think they might even have a better deal on their site. If you guys don't use our link, you might be able to save money just by going to their website. I don't care if you use our link. It's an extra kickback for us. But I would rather you save the most money possible. But you can check out the links, figure out how you save the most money, and get in that way. But yeah, this new user interface is absolutely awesome. I will probably make a video about this at some point. But there's Tony D. I'm going to go ahead and pin that comment for the giveaway. If you guys go ahead and click that link, that will be the link to enter the giveaway. Let's see if we can we got 215 likes. Let's run it up to 350 before we do the alts. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into Ethereum. Before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look here. So obviously, guys, I'll be honest. Ethereum's in the same exact position that it was the other day or yesterday, right? We're just clinging to that POC, right? Oh, my God, my back. We broke below the value area high, rejected it, got sucked down towards that POC, and now the POC is simply acting as a magnet, as we see it do very, very often. Right here, we rejected the value area high, clung to the POC, lost the POC, got the bigger move down to the value area low and lower. Right? So the idea here is, for me, I do have my profits locked in on my Ethereum trade, and my stop loss is at my entry point, right? So if we do wind up blasting off here, I will stop out in profit, make a bunch of money, and then my longs, at least on Bitcoin, will continue to pay me out. But this is now a risk-free, guaranteed winning trade. So super low risk or low stress there. This weekend, I'll just kind of relax. If I get stopped out, I'm like, oh, cool, I made some money. But if we do wind up getting back below that POC, remember, we have not tapped that value area low yet. So more often than not, we do see the full rotations of these volume profiles when you get stuck within the range. And with such a clean break into the range like this and a beautiful rejection down to the POC like that, it is still possible to get below that POC and see a move to the value area low, in which case I will simply just make a little bit more money on that trade, having it play out to final TP. But again, if not, TP1 got hit, stopped out in profit, no big deal. But other than that, like, things remain exactly the same. Like, this is your key level. POC sitting at 35.04. Once you lose it, get stuck underneath it. That's where we're looking for the bigger move down. Money flow also coming out pretty aggressively here on the daily time frame. So if that money flow crosses over into the red on the daily, again, that would make us favor shorting lower highs, right? So even if you get a bounce, you would want to be looking for shorts at the lower highs in anticipation of lower prices if that money flow crosses over into the red. Taking a look at the 16-hour, money flow is now in the red. This would make me favor shorts. Not that you can't bounce, but if you do bounce, you're going to be looking for shorts, right? You're better off looking for shorts rather than just trying to long against the, right? And the money flow indicates the overall trend. For the new people in here, if we have any, smash the like button for the first time. You only get to do that once. But, the red and the green dots, red dot, green dot, red dot, these indicate the ebbs and flows in the market. That's the red dot, green dot, right? But money flow, the direction of the money flow, especially with crossovers, will give you the overall trend. Low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, technically, lower low, right? So this is kind of a messy trend, but the money flow indicates the overall trend. The green dots indicate the ups and downs, the noise in the market. Green dot, red dot, green dot, red dot, green dot, red dot, green dot. money flow crossover into the green would indicate the entire move, right? So when money flow crosses over into the red and you're in a downtrend, you're looking for this to continue down. So any pump would be lackluster or looked at as lackluster to enter a short to continue the trend to the downside. Would you want to enter a trade like this and get stopped out? Or would you rather wait for price to come up and look for a fresh short position to have it play out like that? I like the second one better. I don't know about you guys. I guess it's personal preference whether you like to make or lose money. Technically could be a preference, but I like the other way. But again, it doesn't mean that we can't get stopped out here, but that's why we have the profits locked in. So, and the stop loss move to entry, most importantly. But let's go ahead and continue on here. Let's see. Is money flow not going back up? Shout out to Keith. Not on the higher time frames, right? 16-hour. This is not going back up. This actually is a pretty fresh crossover into the red, right? And typically we do see, at least significant crossovers, right? Unless it's just like a tiny little fake out like that, which is totally possible, right? This is why trading is hard. We don't know. But more often than not, what we are looking for are these like full money flow waves, right? All the way in the red, all the way in the green, right? Now, again, you could get fake outs, but this is something we can monitor, right? If we start seeing this money flow sharply skirt back to the upside, that would be something else. But the 16-hour is in the red. The 12-hour also freshly crossed over into the red. The daily also on its way out. So yeah, these are the higher time frames, right? So I'm trying to predict the longer term trend, right? If we come on to something like the 1 hour, sure. I mean, that doesn't really look that pretty, but if we come up to like the 45 minute or even the 30 or 24 minute, right? This money flow is coming back up, but this 24 minute money flow is a lower time frame, right? So that would indicate, sure, this could indicate a trend to the upside on the 24 minute. But a trend on the 24-minute might look like that, which looks like a big move. But when you come out over to the 16-hour, right, they would look like this, right, which would probably just be a lower high and a continuation of the overall trend. You have to understand the difference between the high time frames and the low time frames. I know it could get pretty confusing. I don't know if you're confused about that, but if anybody is, you might be like, well, you just 5 minutes ago, I know, like, if you are more of a beginner, it's probably hard to see me click around these time frames and understand what's going on. But yeah, like even here, we have a money flow crossover into the green. But this is on the 4 hour, which again may indicate that we are going to continue up, but it might be only to skirt back down and continue the trend to the downside, right? Just because money flow crosses into the red on a higher time frame doesn't mean that we're just going to dump down instantly. You could still get pumps in the context of the lower time frames, but it's all about the higher time frame context to be on the right side of the trades, if that makes sense, right? So let me try to explain this. I'll spit some sauce for a second. If this is the 24-minute, right? Oh, I don't know why we're using the 24-minute. Let's just say this is the 30-minute, and this is the daily, right? When you have a money flow crossover into the green, right? And I'll just do this. Pretend this is your zero line on Market Cipher, right? And when your money flow crosses above it, if your money flow crosses above it, it's in the green, and when your money flow crosses below it, you're in the red, right? So if money flow is like this, right? It comes into the red, and it's about to cross into the green on the 30-minute, sure, you probably had a downtrend as money flow was in the red, and now money flow is about to cross into the green. This could indicate that you're about to change to a bullish trend on keyword or key point on the 30-minute. But on the daily, that 30-minute move is probably only going to look like this, right? That 30-minute trend to the upside is only going to look probably something like that before continuing the larger trend, if that makes sense, right? And then that's if the daily money flow is crossing over into the red. The high time frames indicate the overall trend. The lower time frames are you just have to understand the difference between time frames, right? And I do have a video on the channel explaining that. And if you guys do want to check that out, you can go ahead and check it out on the channel. Maybe I'll make a refresh one. We are probably going to get to remaking a lot of the tutorials in an updated version to kind of just like reiterate kind of certain things. We're going to do Fibonacci's, money flow, market cipher. We'll do all that stuff just to kind of refresh everybody. Shout out to John. What is going on, brother? What is going on? Let's see. Shout out to Dr. Crimson's girlfriend. Thank you for the super chat. Said, y'all need to smash the like button. 500 plus poll votes, but only 200 likes. Boo on y'all who didn't like. Shout out to Dr. Crimson. Do we really have 500 people on that poll? That's crazy. Smash that like button if you have not already. Let's see. Bada boom. Like, shout out to Gen Z. Let's get it. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. People just stopped hitting the like button. It might be the sideways, boring price action blues potentially. But anyway, yeah, there we go. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Stomp, ICP, Sheeb, Sol, PP, and XRP. But let's go ahead and continue on, guys. That's what I'm looking at on what's it called? Ethereum. Now let's go ahead and jump into ICP. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, this is not our ICP chart. Let me take a sip of the Aztecian Cactus Red Bull. Don't tell Mrs. Candles. I'm back on the sauce. Let's see. ICP. Bada boom. Okay. So here we are. Yeah. Ooh, yikes. Okay. So yeah, we came down to all these key levels and didn't really respect many of them, right? I mean, we respected all of them, but they didn't really do what we would have liked. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Yo, shout out to Captain Kirk said, the sauce. But here we go, right? Let's take a look. So we've come down to the daily naked point of control, lackluster bounce to the upside, move back down to our next daily naked point of control, lackluster bounce to the upside, and then a big move down all the way to this high volume node, lackluster bounce. Let's pull up money flow. Why were these all lackluster bounces and pushes back to the downside? Look at your money flow, right? This is the 6-hour money flow. Let's take a look at the daily money flow. Once that daily money flow crosses into the red, like hopefully this kind of brings this to light for people, right? Price tops out, money flow starts to come out, crosses over into the red right here, and then what are you going to expect? Once that money flow crosses over, you're looking for lackluster bounces, lower high, lower low. Lackluster bounce, lower high, lower low. Well, not really a lower low, but a continuation of the trend, another lower high, and then another lower low, right? And you can look at that based off money flow. This is how we do that. Now, again, this could be a 30-minute trend to the upside, but in the grand scheme of the daily, it's just a little bloop and then a dump, right? So there you go. But let's pull that TA back up. For the most part here, you are definitely in the danger zone for ICP. We are hitting this high volume node. If we lose this high volume node, I think the next likely place for price to go would probably be about the 674 level. Kind of hard to say. Let me pull some fibs here. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, you could look at the... Yeah, so I would mark this out. You have your macro 786 just below that high volume node. So if we do continue back down, this would be a big level to look at and hopefully be able to hold. So this is definitely your next key level, this big zone down here. It's a little bit wide, but nonetheless is your level of support. So yeah, this is, I mean, the other problem here, quick move up. Although it's not a complete and total volume gap. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not a complete gap, right? I mean, you do have the gap down to about that 786. 786 is the key zone, $6.70 for sure. That is your key level of support. If you get a little maybe lackluster bounce, but remember, Mafia, money flow in the red on the 2-day, 3-day money flow crossed over freshly into the red right here. This would also make us anticipate, even if we got a bounce here, to look for a lackluster bounce and a big reversal to the downside, right? As long as that money flow continues into the red. Because look at your VWAP, right? Your VWAP is crossing over into the green, but your money flow is crossing over into the red. This means that green dot could give you the little ebb or flow to the upside, but as long as that money flow continues out, you're going to expect that continuation of the trend. But key level here, $6.70 if you get another drop to the downside. Other than that, no real, no bullish divergence here on the 4-hour. Money flow starting to come back up. Nothing really too saucy there. I would look for chop here. Nothing really else to look at on ICP. Just kind of gross. Not interested in any trades on this. I would just rather wait for a bigger move up or a drop down to our next level. All right, let's go ahead and move on. We do have to get to the giveaways tonight, so we're going to have to run through some of these pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and take a look at Sheeb. Shout out to Elite Ways EZ. You are the reason that we're looking at this, and we're happy to do it for you, bro. But let's go ahead and take a look here. So, yeah, Sheeb was like the textbook most beautiful setup on the volume profile here, guys. A little bing bong sideways. Once we got that big break out of the bear market range, we knew we could target that previous value area. Once we got above this previous value area low and flipped it to support, which you can see happen right here or right here. Once you got that, you look for the POC and value area high. Both targets were hit absolutely beautifully. And then once you reject that value area high, you're looking for price to go back to the POC and then back to the value area low for the full rotation of the range. Absolutely incredible to see the volume profiles play out like that again. And right now, we are deviating below that range one more time with no significant bullish divergences below the range. So there is no setup here to go long, in my own personal opinion. Take a look at the 4-hour. Yeah, no real serious bullish divergence. You would have a slight 4-hour bull div here with money flow coming up, but if we did wind up getting that move up, fresh money flow crossover into the red on the daily, fresh 2-day money flow crossover into the red. You guys can see that right there. So maybe that 2-day green dot, maybe that maybe that 2-day green dot and that 4-hour little mini bull div that we had can give you a little bounce to the upside, but based off high time frame money flow, we have to anticipate that it would be a lackluster bounce to the upside for a bigger move back down. And no confluence here with the golden pocket, but I would definitely be looking at this value area low as a key level of resistance. Bada boom. Right there. And then if we get that bounce back to the upside, this would be where we look for the lower high. Potentially, you really want to look at your golden pockets. So, you could pull your full 786 golden pocket retracement from the high to the low, right, which gives you a golden pocket that's confluent with the POC, which is not uncommon to see because sometimes when you leave a range, you will come back in, test that POC before getting the bigger drop to the downside. Hopefully, we don't wind up seeing something like this, but as of right now, with the way money flow looks, if we get a short-term bounce, we have to look at these levels as resistance, right? Let me see if we can have any naked points of control up here. I'm going to run through this pretty quickly because, again, we do have the giveaways. Yeah, so you have a nice little weekly naked point of control sitting in confluence with that value area low, so that would give you a little bit of extra confidence or confluence on that level of resistance. Let me actually readjust that. Bada boom. And then you have another weekly naked point of control in confluence with your POC, which would literally be zone number 2 that I would be looking at for the potential lower high to come in at. So something like this is not impossible on Shiba Inu. I would look for a potential short-term bounce if you can get it, but this is key resistance, and so is that POC weekly naked point of control. And if money flow stays the way it is, coming out on the higher time frames, we would be looking for something like that, right? Obviously, assuming that we assess the situation at these levels and have reasons to go short, right? We're not just shorting these levels randomly. We have to look within the price action, find those entry triggers, and then pull the trigger on that trade. So there we go. Shout out to Elite Ways EZ. Let's go. He said, look in the Discord under resources. Wait, shout out to Dave Digital. What is this in reference to? Shout out to Elite Ways. What is going on? Y'all remember the ICP was close to $700. My kindergarten class, shout out to Dave Digital, said my kindergarten class voted me most likely to become a pretty man. Well, shout out to Dave Digital. I think you accomplished that. Shout out to Dave Digital. But let's see. My class voted me most likely to be a supervillain, probably the last name. Is that actually? That's not actually your last name. Shout out to Big Daddy. If it is, hey, man, we're cool. I like you, but Big Daddy, you're the man. Hey, right? We're friends. We're friends. I love your family, by the way. Great people. Shout out to Big Daddy. Let's see. Oh, shout out to 12 Big. What is going on, brother? Let's see. I'll scoop if we do. Let's see. Yo, shout out to Dave. What? Hang on one second, guys. I have to check Discord for a second. I can't pull it live on stream because I'm not allowed to anymore based off our new Frankie Candles policy of not pulling up Discord live on stream because I don't know. If you were there, you'll know why. We had a pretty bad stream one day. But what did he say? Check Alex's Discord or the resources section. I don't even know what I'm looking for, but I'm going to try. Let's see. Shout out to Dave. I don't even see anything in here. Shout out to Shout out to Dave Digital. I don't know what I'm looking for. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and continue on to our next altcoin. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and continue on to that next altcoin, which is going to be Solana. But actually, we'll just pull this one up right here. And we actually already looked at Solana today in the premium Discord. And I will say, this is the key level, guys. We must hold this level. This is important. Not only is it the value area low, but it's also the 786 retracement of the entire move to the upside here. You get the move to the downside, break below the golden pocket, into the 786. This is your key level. You must hold this level. If you break below that 786, it could potentially open the door for a much bigger move to the downside. Is going to be sitting right here between 109.33 and 101.88. This could be what we're looking at if Solana officially loses its range, right? Now, is this possible, right? Is this likely? According to the higher time frame money flow, unless this money flow comes back into the green and really starts skirting back to the upside here, we could easily anticipate a bigger move to the downside. Now, again, not that we're going to just shoot down from where we're at now. We could get a lackluster bounce to the upside to put in a lower high and then finally break the structure to lower prices, sitting right down here. So that's what I'd be looking at on Solana. Nothing really new to look at here other than the fact that we are literally on the line. Like, this is the danger zone for sure. But again, it's almost the same exact thing as every other chart we've been looking at. We are finally getting a little bounce here, but if this does not really start to get moving and that higher time frame money flow comes back up into the green, we are going to be anticipating that lackluster bounce for a lower high and a continuation to the downside, just like on Bitcoin, just like on Ethereum, and just like all the other altcoins that we looked at. So there you go. Pretty quick and dirty on Solana here. Yeah, that high time frame money flow is really the thing. And guys, like, is that going to be the end of the world? Absolutely not, right? Let's also zoom out here, right? I know a lot of people are scared right now. Oh, my God, everything's dumping. I don't see it, right? Like, this is not a dump. This is a very small pullback. I would actually like to see a little bit more of a healthy correction here, and especially our next key zone of support, which, again, is sitting right here between 108.97 and 101.75. That is going to be, it's definitely not that scary of a level, right? And then, it's nice because not only is this a key level of resistance, but it is also a very, very important place to look because once you break below that value area high in this POC, you know that it's very likely that you're going to get a move down to that value area low. So there you go. That is what I'm looking at on Solana. Let's see here. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, let's go ahead and move on into the giveaways here, guys. If you want to join in on the giveaways, you can go ahead and let's see. Yeah, shout out to GTL said, shout out to GTL. It says, outside of Solana and a couple others, the last cycle cryptos, when you put their charts up against Bitcoin, are all dead coins. Strange how that works. XRP is the deadest coin, but most are. Shout out to GTL. Yeah, I'm not even going to look at XRP. We were going to. It is on the list, but XRP has just been doing the same thing for like ever. So I'm nothing really to update there. Let's see, bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to Crypto Mike. What is going on, bro? Said, hey, Frankie, late again. It's all good, bro. We got your late pass. Shout out to Tyler Durden. Said, are we still doing giveaways? That's so last year. Should we stop doing giveaways, Tyler? Shout out to Tyler Durden. We actually might change the way we do the giveaways, guys, because it is, we want to try to maybe find a little bit of an easier way to do it. But shout out to Tyler Durden. Let's go ahead and jump on into this. We did not get anywhere near 550 likes, so no Frankie Candles hats, unfortunately. We've been dying to get 550 likes and give away all these hats, but it has been super rough lately, but we still do have 10 giveaways to do, so let's go ahead and jump on into that. I will go ahead and bada boom. I will pin the video to the top of the chat here. Where are we? Replace pinned comment. So you guys can click that link at the top of the chat and go ahead and drop a like and a comment on that video to enter into the giveaways. Shout out to Greg said, but Frankie, I need a new hat. Let's see. Shout out to Thesis himself. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. He says, I want to win just so I can see my comment displayed in all of its glory. Shout out to Thesis himself. But let's go ahead. Oh, God, what does Thesis' comments say? But anyway, let's go ahead and jump on in here. I'll give you guys about a minute to jump in and add some extra entries in there. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the giveaway picker. Here we go. Bada boom, bada bing. Go ahead.
We made US
Okay.
SAA for
Calm down there, pal. Calm down there, Mr. Advertisement. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Oh, this is from the market update earlier today. Let's go. Money printer go. Yo, shout out to K Diggity said the money printer go. Brrr, put on a coat. Lax with the candles and chill with the goat, baby. Shout out to K Diggity, bro. You got me cracking up all the time. But let's go ahead and I'll give you one more refresh here. I'll give you 30 seconds to get that last comment in. Let me mute the tab here so we don't have to hear this dang ad go off again. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bada boom. Here we go. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's market update, we're dumping. Should you be scared? Sorry, guys. It's Friday. I got about 17% brain battery left. But let's go ahead and start picking these giveaways. I believe we have 10 to do. Shout out to Tyler Durden. Please correct me in the chat if you think it is warranted. Let's see. Yo, Crypto Maxi said, I hate this, but I'm probably going to win again. Shout out to Crypto Maxi. You hate getting free giveaways? Shout out to Crypto Maxi. Let's see. Bada boom. All right. Shout out to Keith said, perfect. Got them both. Thanks. Shout out to Keith and Dave. I don't know what that's in reference to. Shout out to Jixer. What is going on, Jixer? All right. So here we go. Let's go ahead and pick our 10 winners here. And if by some miracle of the crypto gods, we can get 550 likes, guys. It is still on the tables hats right now. If we get 550, let's go. Shout out to Ryan. What's going on, brother? Here we go. Winner number 1. Oh, wait, hang on. What am I doing here? We got to paste the link. Bada boom. Fetch the comments. Don't include replies. Anything goes. Here we go. Pull up chat. All right, here we go. Winner number 1. Let's get this done. Shout out to Crypto W. How do I say that? Crypto Mal. I guess crypto is with the I guess the W is included in the crypto. Anyway, here we go. Can I like 25 times? Shout out to Jixer. You could try. Yeah, 25 would work, I think, because it's an odd number. So yeah, I think 25 would work. But here we go. I'm gonna win today. Let's go. Winner number 1. Who's it gonna be? Hey, shout out to Gen Z. That's got to be Gen Z, right? Gen Z? No, wait, hang on. That's got to be, I think that's yeah, I think that's is that Gen Z? Well, shout out to, Mick Yak. Shout out to you, brother. He said, I'm pretty sure he's in here. He said, LFG, Frankie, can we do Jupe TA? Hey, shout out to you, brother. I think if you're in chat, we will do Jupiter after this. Let's go. Shout out to you, brother. Grab your free ADA in the free Discord. Go to the giveaway section. Click I won a free prize. I think that's what it says. Let's see. The terrible trader. We're going to turn you into the amazing trader. Shout out to you, bro. He says, thanks, Mr. Candles. And I say, thanks, Mr. Awesome Trader. We're going to send you some free ADA. Shout out to you, bro. Hit that free Discord and collect your prize. Let's get it. Winner number 3. Why do I always confuse Genesis and not Gen Z? Wait, hang on. Did you literally just change your profile picture? Wait, Genesis, is that you? Genesis, did you just change your profile picture? Like, is this the first time I'm seeing your new profile picture? Shout out to you, bro. Let me know in the chat. Shout out to Crypto Max. Wait a second. Hang on a second. Crypto Maxi, have you rigged the dang giveaways? Shout out to Crypto Maxi. You literally said you were going to win again. Did you rig this? Shout out to Genesis. Yo, what is going on? Is it actually Gen Z's? I'll know when I see that profile picture again who it was. Yo, Tony D said, nah, calling it is wild. Yeah, shout out to Crypto Maxi. I don't know how y'all gonna learn today. Shout out to Crypto Maxi. I don't know how you did that, bro. You're the new Lucho. Lucho used to rig the giveaways all the time. Shout out to the Godfather. What is going on, bro? Welcome in. Show the Godfather some love and respect in the chat. Crypto Maxi said, might as well comment one more time just for support. Shout out to Crypto Maxi, brother. And we usually hide the duplicates. I don't know how that keeps happening. Shout out to Crypto Maxi. Manitoir OG, what is going on? This is sus. Yeah, unbelievable. 4-time winner back-to-back 4 weeks. Something sus about that. I don't know. I didn't break any rules. I don't know what's going on. Yo, GTL said it's rigged. These are all Frankie's family members. I mean, you guys are part of the Candle Mafia. You are my family members. That is for sure. But let's go ahead. Winner number 3. Who's it going to be? 999 Forever. He dropped a heart and a candle, bro. We're going to send you some free Cardano. Let's go. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Maxi is 3. So this is 999 is 4. Shout out to you, brother. We're gonna send you some free Cardano. Go to that free Frankie Candles Discord and claim your prize. Winner number 5. Who's it gonna be? Amber. Shout out to Amber. Bing bong. Shout out to Amber. Thank you for liking the content and dropping some comments. We're gonna send you some free Cardano. Shout out to you. Hit that free Discord and hit up our boy Tyler, and he will get you situated. Let's go. Next winner. Who's it gonna be? Winner number 6, Oculus, let's go, said 30 seconds. I see what you did here. Oculus is in the chat. And look at that. You entered the giveaway 30 seconds ago. Look at that. In just 30 seconds, you too can win some free Cardano. Shout out to you, bro. Let's go. Amber is 5. Oculus, I guess, is number 6. Always pay the Godfather. Shout out to the Godfather. Yeah, you don't want to not pay the Godfather. That's for dang sure. Let's see. Oculus, yeah, let's go, baby. Shout out to you, man. Go ahead and hit that free Discord. Claim your free Cardano. Winner number 7, who's it going to be? Love One said, thank you, Frankie, for always bringing the sauce. Bing bong. Shout out to Love One. We're going to send you not only free sauce, but also some free Cardano. Let's go. Shout out to Love One. We appreciate you for being here. Throw the goat. Guys. I am going to get a pygmy goat, guys. It's been highly recommended to me that I do not get that as a pet, but I think I'm willing to sacrifice the well-being of my home for a pygmy goat. If you don't know what a pygmy goat is, Google it. I actually recommend you YouTube or like TikTok or Instagram it so you can see a video. Excuse me. They're absolutely amazing. Shout out to Love One. You were winner number 8, 7? All right, winner number 8. Who's it going to be? Shout out to Cardano Boy. That couldn't have been more perfect. Cardano Army represent. Shout out to Cardano Boy. Let's go. You're getting some free Cardano. I love your name. Couldn't be more fitting. Go ahead and hit that free Discord and get your free Cardano. Let's go. Shout out to you, brother. Crypto Crabman said bot. Tony D said, Frankie Candles, we should give away an RTX 4090 to someone named Tony. Well, shout out to Tony. Yeah, I think so. You should have said Tony D, bro. Should have said Tony D. That would have been like being able to give it to you, but I guess we'll give it to another person named Tony. I would have been down to make it, if you said Tony D, I would have been down to put you into the giveaway, but, Tyler Dirty Durden. Shout out to Thesis. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Elite Way says, what about puppy? I will be getting a puppy. There's nothing really stopping me. I will wind up with a puppy. It'll probably be unwarranted, unexpected. I will probably just come on stream one day, whether it's 5 days from now, a year from now, 5 months, tomorrow. I will probably just randomly come up with a beautiful German Shorthair puppy one day. Let's see. Shout out to Crypto Max. He said, Frankie, coming over this weekend for Sunday dinner, cousin. Shout out to you, brother. I'll bring the sauce. You bring the pasta. Let's go. All right, let's continue on. Cardano Boy was number 8, I believe. I think Cardano Boy was number 8. Let's see who's next. Psychedelic Astronaut. Shout out to you, brother. I don't know if you're in here right now, but you got some free sauce, or free Cardano, I should say. He said, fire sauce, Frankie. Well, we're going to send you some fire Cardano. Okay, so that's 9. Boy is 8. Psychedelic Astronaut is 9. 7, 8, 8, 7. Let's go. Wifey, I know I never win. Astro is 9. Let's go. Shout out to Psychedelic Astronaut. And winner number 10 is going to be Real John Newton. Buy the fear, sell the greed. Shout out to you, bro. I cannot disagree. Go ahead and smash that like button. Go ahead and hit that free Discord. I already hit the like button. Let's go ahead and hit that free Discord to collect your free Cardano, brother. And shout out to Real John Newton, not to be confused with the fake John Newton. But with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate every single one of you guys for hanging out till the end of the stream. We got 327 likes. Smash that like button on your way out. And with all that being said, guys, go out this weekend, touch some grass, take a break from the charts, and if price starts to dump, you guys now know our plan and all the key levels that we're looking at, and not only that, but the line in the sand to where, if broken, things could get very ugly, but not too ugly, right? Just a healthy pullback. But I'll see you guys on Monday, same place, same time, right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to Wayne T. Shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to Alex Terminate. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to Div X-Ray. Shout out to Big Daddy, Underdog, Jixer, J Violet, K Diggity, Crypto Crabman, Dr. Crimson's girlfriend, Psychedelic Astronaut. He is in the chat. Enjoy your Cardano, brother. And shout out to Captain Kirk, Rob the Crypto Stop, all the mods. Manitoir, good to see you. Smash the like button on your way out, guys, and have a great weekend. Be safe. Touch some grass. You guys know I will. That's all I got. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Space shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in mine, yeah.
It was Gen Z. Shout out to Gen Z. Let's go. And I didn't forget about you, brother. We're going to go ahead and take a look at Jupiter. Here we are. And congratulations on the giveaway, bro. But let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Yo, Greg said swap my ADA for an S20. S21 Pro, buddy. Oh, pal. Shout out to Greg. Watch out. You might get a package from Samsung. Anyway, shout out to Gen Z. Let's take a quick look at Jupiter here, guys. Haven't looked at this in quite some time, but the nice thing is we do have our naked points of control down below. If you do get another big move down, I will say this monthly naked point of control will be a big level to watch, sitting at about 60 cents. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that we're going to go there, but if you get another move down, that is going to be a big level to watch. You also actually have this monthly horizontal level down there as well. Bada boom, bada bing. There you go. And then if we zoom out a bit, taking a look at Market Cipher, I will say, yeah, money flow is pretty deep in the red here on the daily. It looks very similar to everything else. 12-hour money flow does look like it could be finding a little bit of a bottom here. Would like to see if we actually bounced off of any key support. Yeah, we've actually already taken out this daily naked point of control. I'm actually going to mark this out, and then I'm just going to label it a tapped daily. Bada boom, bada bing, tapped daily. Yeah. So if we could hold above this level, we could easily get a move back up or a little bit of a bounce. And I will say this money flow doesn't look as bad as everything else, but chances are if everything else looks bad and everything else dumps, Jupiter will probably follow, especially if Bitcoin dumps. But let me go ahead and mark this out as a daily naked point of control. So yeah, if we do get a bounce here locally, Gen Z, what I would be looking for is if you hold above this tapped daily, could look for a move up into this daily naked point of control and this tapped weekly, which is also confluent with this previous volume profile value area low. So this level is going to be pretty significant as well. So key level number 1 would be this daily naked point of control. Bada boom, right? So if you do get a bounce, I would be careful at these 2 levels, right? Level number 1, 87 cents. Level number 2, 95 cents. And it's not until we flip this POC at about $1 that I would be looking for higher prices and potentially see money flow crossing back over into the green. But until we wind up seeing this money flow start to curve back up into the green on the higher time frames, we do have to anticipate, especially with the 2-day. Yeah, I think short term you may be able to get a little bit of relief here, but be very careful on these lower or these key levels of resistance for some potential lower highs, specifically on that daily naked point of control. If you do break structure and come back down to lower prices, if we pull up that VPVR, you can see we have a pretty significant volume gap here. So if you do wind up putting in a lower high and breaking these lows, very likely that you're going to get a quick move down to between about 65 to 60 cents. So shout out to Gen Z, quick and dirty there, but it is very sound and clear TA there, especially with that nice clean volume gap. Other than that, looking very similar to other things. So shout out to Gen Z. There you go, brother. What happens to alt if we get a 50K BTC? They will probably also pull back with Bitcoin. But again, if Bitcoin goes to 50K, I'm not necessarily getting super scared. So with all that being said, guys, if you're nervous, scroll back to the beginning of the stream and check out that Bitcoin TA, and I clear up all those key levels of support. So without further ado, with all that being said, guys, have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Go touch some grass. I don't know. Go talk to a girl or a boy or something. And that's all I got. I'll see you guys on Monday. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out.